they can never be you.
Folks, Merry Christmas. It is on the eve. We're about 4 hours away if you're on the East Coast right now. And yeah, things are happening. Things are good. I am Conrad Cushman here to say welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans for the fans. I'm your host, Conrad Cushman, joined tonight by at this point, he's like the trios partner. He gets tagged in when it's time. He shows up when it's special. It's the one, the only, the Professor, BJ.
Thanks for having me. Good to be here.
We got a lot to talk about. We're going down all the Continental Classic stuff, all the happenings in AEW. You'll get my opinion, BJ's opinion, and then we're going to try and run down what we know of World's End. It's not a real fruitful card. I mean, we had some last-minute additions just now happen, so we'll get into all of that. And yeah, I think everyone will most definitely enjoy, man. Beach, man, tell the people what you got going on and where they can find you and stuff like that. We'll get that out the way early.
Currently just still running a little bit on socials here at Everyone Loves a BJ on, Instagram, X, Blue Sky, all of that. Trying to get back into the wrestling game and streaming game a little bit. Took a little bit of a mental health break and then had the new opportunity of being a professor come up. So actually planning here right at the start of the new year, getting kicked off with that. So go ahead and give me a follow over there and we'll have some fun.
The professor's in the house, y'all. So make sure you're on your good stuff. All right.
Enjoy that winter break.
Yeah, or he'll make you sing some who's the professor that makes you sing like the emo tunes when you like fall asleep in class with he has like the bullhorn.
Yeah. throw my own little like paper balls. Like
yeah. Yeah. I used to go to school, man. Teachers used to throw erasers at you, all types of stuff. Like if you fell asleep. Different times. I promise. Yeah, man. Let's run it down. And before, if you guys are in here, share this video. Blue Sky, it's up on X, it's up on Instagram, it's up on the stories, it's up on TikTok, it's everywhere. So if you guys could, it would mean a lot to me, probably BJ as well. Make sure you guys share the story if you're in a free giving kind of mood. Also, you guys like the merch, get some new merch, man. I worked on some new merch for you guys. Finally, we got it up, it's there. Get it. This could be a great after the holiday present. Maybe it's someone's birthday coming up. We got merch. Get the merch. Buy it. I don't know what else to do. I feel like one of those old 80s commercials. Just buy it. Buy it now. Buy the merch. It's here. All sizes. Pick the colors. You can get a cup. We got cups. We got a sip cup. We got everything.
We're gonna have to run those old WWE shop vignette things that they'd run for like the little like 2-minute run. You can get this, you can get this, you can get this.
We got it all. We got it all for you. And all of that's possible because of you guys, man. Quick rundown of who is in here, man, on this Christmas Eve. Clown says, good evening, everyone. Clown, thank you, sir. Matt Lopez in the house. He said, hello, good evening, everyone. Merry Christmas. Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. He said, damn good episode, but tomorrow is looking to be an incredible episode of Collision. And I see E was in attendance, so E has seen the show. These are taped, so E knows what happens already, and he's kind of like, yo, watch tomorrow's show, he said. So okay, must be some good action. Watching that sold out Hammerstein, knowing I couldn't go makes me sad. Try again next year. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Shout out to my guy E who's in the chat. Appreciate you, E. We'll spread some love in here and put your link up, man. Everybody, make sure you subscribe to Dark Elite Eric in the chat, man. Good friend, one of the mods. Thank you, sir. XG Dub, what's good, man? I know you're always in here. Thank you so much for that. And like you said, Collision is going to bang tomorrow. I promise. Okay.
It looks so good. Like the lineup, so good.
When I was doing my notes tonight, I wrote your name down, Tiff, because there's a certain talent that I saw tonight that I was like, I know this person, and it's because of you. So sometimes when you guys don't recognize people, I'm going to tell you, go make sure you're subscribed to Queen of the Indies. She's got you covered when it comes to independent pro wrestling. Like I said, she'll introduce you to them, and then I'll end up talking about them later, and it works that way every single time. Every time. Clown said historic venue, but with the commission limits, what can be done there? So I'll skip it. Would be cool just to tour it though. Absolutely, man. I just see everybody going back and forth, back and forth. Yes, Dustin Waller. Yes, that's who I was referring to when I wrote down your name. Love it. Look at all that stuff. Matt, appreciate you. All good. Beach.
I'll shout out to E on his comment there. Next time I'll try to be a little bit more festive with the Hawaiian, but I'm trying to give the colors of the season for right now. So
Doc Hayes over here, he said, listen, why doesn't BJ get any present? Look, man, it took me, you know how hard it was for me to find. So I found like 2 or 3 other backgrounds I liked, but I didn't like how they looked behind us. So I was like, no, this has got to go.
Also,
I don't even want, I got Wall Street behind me. I don't even want that.
Also, this is a gift being on here. I enjoy this. Like,
yeah,
glad to get the tag in. So
yeah, thank you, E. Appreciate that. That was definitely a Conrad original idea. For anyone wondering, for the comic book shirt, I had thought about it for a while, and then I figured out what I wanted to do with it. But enough of that, enough of the jibber jabbering, because we're going to get into all of this, and I'm going to incorporate news into the Dynamite stuff, and I'll get BJ's thoughts, and we'll move through this portion, I think, pretty quickly, but there's still a lot to talk about. So let's kick things off, man. We started off the night with some Blue League matches. We had Konosuke Takeshita versus Orange Cassidy for tonight's episode, man. BJ, this one was a certified banger to start off with.
Absolutely. You know, this is just gonna be a bigger shout out to like all of AEW, but like this year especially with their stories and getting into this tournament and everything. I hear it almost every year when it comes to tournament time. Oh, another tournament. Oh, like I don't that it might drag on or whatever, but then they pull out matches that you're just like, I'm in, like I'm hooked, I'm all about it. They've most of their year been playing off and on with like, maybe 80% of their top people at a time, maybe 80. And they've still been putting on incredible matches. And this was no different. And I just, man, like they really do know how to make a tournament feel invested, because maybe more so than this year, because last year I feel like we kind of knew who the final 2 might be, like just from the announcement of stuff, but they still gave us entertaining matches. But we look at tournaments other places and you can scout it a mile away, and even some of the matches are just pretty much like throwaway stuff. None of these feel like that.
I just saw the Ospreay like promo before he wrestled Okada in last year's final. Sorry, spoiler alert if you're like a year behind AEW, but dude, fantastic promo, like a great babyface promo. He's bleeding from his head. He's like, "Is there something on my face, love? Like, I'm gonna win tonight." And I was just like, "Yo, that was a crazy good old school promo, man." I just love the Continental Classic because it brings out so much. So some people hate tournaments. Shout out to my friend Jesse. I already know Jesse would be like the top person, but I do not like tournaments in wrestling. To me, everything's basically a tournament. Number 1 contendership, there's just 2 people. Oh, there's a 4-way. Okay, it's the semis and the main. Oh, it's this, it's that. Everything's a tournament to me, and it's about the spirit of competition. And I love this tournament because it's just like the G1. There's a story behind it. Things happen. You were wondering, I'm gonna explain about Jack Perry and the teeth. I know when we first mentioned it, everyone thought it was fun and games, but it actually plays into later on. So it makes sense, man. It's fun.
Yeah, and even as you said, like mentioning the G1, I remember being hooked in every G1 for probably like 5 years straight, and they don't show like promos and stuff in between. They put that on their YouTube. And so I'd be hooked then on their YouTube videos to like learn how the people who have been losing are feeling, those tough matchups, something that might be changing someone's mentality leading on to future stories, like that kind of stuff. And AEW even does that by putting that content up every single week. Well, twice a week now, after the Dynamite, after the Collision, cutting promos, talking about their wins and losses and how they're heading into their next thing. And it's great.
Yeah. and they get a lot of stuff, even from like Meltzer and Alvarez, who people say are like their number one people. But if I hear Brian Alvarez ask for another video package, I'm like, bro, we get enough video packages now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's more than enough. If you don't got it, this is a you problem at this point. I keep telling people, I'm like, you're lying, and you could tell when people start rattling off stuff. I'm like, you're not watching the show. Someone just said there were no video packages. I'm like, what show have you been watching? There's more video packages than ever in the
Yeah.
shows. Stop lying. But back to Orange and Takeshita, because they deserve this more than grifters. So getting into this fantastic match, I like it. Early on, Orange is trying to pick up the win. Takeshita's basically just trying to break Orange down. That's what Don Callis said the plan was on commentary. And I thought Don actually was pretty good on commentary. Like, he does a great job of being a heel but making sense. And then they even have to compliment him sometimes, where it's like, that's what you should be doing.
Yeah,
that's an example of good stuff.
I can also see there were times tonight that I could see also where Danielson's still acclimating to the role, and so he would kind of say something feeding into what Danielson was saying, or bouncing off of that to like let him roll too. And all the time, both of them making each competitor feel equal, even if there might be the bias because, oh, I don't like Don Callis, or Don not liking that someone's facing his guy.
100%. And it ended up working out in their favor, in my opinion, too. And Danielson, I think, is just a victim of the 3-man booth, if that makes any sense. Like, one guy's just going to have to lay out all the time and be quiet. That was Shivani for a while. It was like, well, are you guys going to let Tony say something? But when there's two people, to me, we should just have 2-man teams across all the shows. Two. Yeah. That's it. And just go with that. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Moving away from commentary, because we went on a side tangent. I love the finish of this match, BJ. I'm just jumping right into it.
Yeah.
He goes for the Ring of Fire, the Falcon Arrow, for those who don't know. And then he's going for it. Orange blocks it, reverses into a roll up. It was,
so close.
I almost said something bad that I shouldn't say. It was like armpit hair, freshly shaved close. Just got it. And I was like, oh man. After that, he gets up and he still holds on to the suplex, hits the Rage of Fire. 1, 2, 3. Konosuke Takeshita wins. He is the only person right now. This is like football, whatever sport you watch, cricket, I don't care, volleyball. He's the only one now who's like, I have a guaranteed spot in those top 4 spots. I'm in. The rest of you, figure it out for yourselves. And I love that. So he gets the win. Callis is proud of him. Like, yes, there we go. The IWGP World Champ. And there's big stuff happening with him on that end too. Konosuke Takeshita has been everywhere. I think he is definitely a candidate for people to look at for Wrestler of the Year. Like, honestly.
Absolutely. It's been insane on both sides of the world, what he's been doing. So
yeah, fantastic work by him. But there's other people on this show who I think you can make an argument for as well into this. So he gets the 3 points. He's on the board. Rage of Fire picks up the win for him. We cut over then to Gabe Kidd, BJ, and I was not ready for this. I did not expect this. So Gabe Kidd's cutting a promo, and he says he wants to fight Darby Allin at Worlds End. What do you think of that?
Very left field, but honestly, I think the last time we saw Gabe Kidd, he was being drug off by Darby in a vehicle. Like, so okay, he's healed up and he wants revenge. And so could you have had this moment be him showing up to intervene and interfere somewhere? Sure. But given the timing of Darby not being cleared, having to be replaced, and also no interference in the tournaments, kind of just the reset of, hey, I'm back and I'm fine and I want revenge, does work in this situation instead of, making it any kind of angle. So it'll be interesting to see, especially because Darby wanted to brush him off.
Yeah. So. And we'll jump into that once we get, I have it all in order. So I'll jump to that after, because the way Gabe Kidd did this was in a video package. And then later on, you'll see like, wait, what? And then it'll all make sense, but it was crazy. Then we get another match that could be happening. The Bang Bang Gang have requested to fight FTR in a Chicago street fight. Yeah, sign me up.
Yes, absolutely. Let that stray bullet go.
I'm with it, man. Listen, we got to find a way to get Stokely in the match and then add Ace Austin to it so Ace Austin can get in the mix too with those guys. I would
Mhm.
love it. I would love it.
Yeah, absolutely. I still remember. I know it's like the weirdest thing, but I still remember there was a match on Impact with Ace Austin where it was like a street fight or no weapons allowed, whatever, and they did like this diving spot where someone threw like he jumped like he was diving at him and they moved and threw a trash can and caught him perfectly. And I'm just like, if you can make that happen that well, you should have that spot like often. So yeah.
Yeah, maybe he'll get to make an appearance in that match since there'll be no rules. But I'm looking forward to that. So
Mhm.
another good match that they added. We'll go back into the Continental Classic because this is a night about graps. Roderick Strong taking on the CMLL World Trios champions of El Sky, Mascara Dorada. Roderick was having a tough time in this tournament, man. Roderick was basically the whipping wrestler in this one. Like everyone's beating him, he's getting put down. I think there's a reason for that. More on that to come
Mhm.
with the conglomeration that he doesn't want to be part of, but he's been around a lot. Um, yeah, this one was still good work though. Mascara Dorada ends up they fought, but Roddy just couldn't do it in the end. He gets knocked down. Shooting star press, Mascara Dorada wins. He's in the
Yeah.
mix.
Dorada, like I was kind of I didn't know exactly how I felt about him being in the tournament this year, just because when they've used him, they've put him in some big matches, but they haven't like I don't know, made him much more prominent. Like they made him seem like, oh, you come from CMLL and you're just a person that jumps in here and there. You're not here every week. And now he's here every week. So I don't know if that's going to bridge into something more or not. But like all of his matches inside the tournament and out have been great. And the stuff with Roddy, yeah. Watching some of those in between, videos on YouTube of how people are feeling before and after their matches. Um, I, Roddy's a ticking time bomb in my opinion. So
Right. Um, he's calling out the very obvious, Roddy to the Death Riders. I could see it.
I could see it too.
I could definitely see it. Put him in a tag team. Imagine if it's like him and Claudio, him and Pac, like certified tag champs, or him and
Hmm.
Yuta. Like
Yeah,
he could teach him a thing or two about a thing or two. Or Stokely gets involved in Switchblade returns. Now
I
that would be
like that
fire
too.
too. I would dig that. Um, Matt Lopez says very surprised with Gabe Kidd returning, but not surprising with Darby Allin dragging Kidd in the body bag, and then Darby getting set on fire. Yeah, minor wrestling stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Minor details. It's called Wednesday. um, didn't Mark Briscoe lose every match in the tournament one year? I think it was the first year
Yeah,
he
the
did.
first year he didn't pick up a single win, right? It was him and um it was almost Daniel Garcia, but he picked up a win right at the very end to play a spoiler.
Yeah,
So
which is always a fun thing to do. That's like the
mhm.
Yano spot, I call it. Like you are the Yano guy in the
Yeah.
tournament where Yano, if he tapes someone to a guardrail and they can't get in the ring, I'm like, you cheap guy, you. But it's always a fun spot to have. And that's
Yeah.
the beauty of this. You could think someone's got it. Remember the one year they had Moxley running through people in the G1, just
Yeah.
running through like top people. And you're like, Moxley's going to win this. And then right before he could be a lock, here comes all the BS.
Yeah.
Everybody ruined it for him. And then he didn't make it in. I was just like, man, that's wrestling. That's fantastic
Mhm.
work.
Yeah.
BJ, I got to bring up a news item in
Okay.
this.
Yeah.
Don't get, if you're a WWE fan, please don't come in here yelling at me. I don't want to hear it. BJ doesn't want to hear it. These Sports Illustrated Wrestling Awards, number one, I saw people talking crazy. People that get more support than me. And I just laugh at this because I'm like, dude, there is something wrong with some of you who get
Yeah.
upset about this. It's
Mhm.
crazy. And even when John Alba appears and explains, like, this is what happened, this is how we voted. I didn't even agree with all of these, but blah, 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 blah. And that's fine. Like, John Alba's respected, I
Yeah.
think, for the most part for what he does. I don't ever remember saying, like, yeah, this guy's biased clearly or anything like that.
Yeah, I agree with that totally.
Tony Khan This is why I love Tony Khan. He's not outwardly petty anymore. It happens, and it's like, oh no, this is just business. What are you talking about? And he runs a promo about winning this
Mm-hmm.
on Sports Illustrated, which is ESPN Sports Illustrated,
Mm-hmm.
who show PLEs for another company that doesn't like AEW. So, okay, yeah, I
Yeah.
got you. Yeah,
Yeah.
have fun with this. So they won Promotion of the Year for and this is Sports Illustrated, Female Wrestler of the Year, Mercedes Moné, Male Wrestler of the Year, Hangman Adam Page, Tag Team of the Year was FTR, Best in Ring was Will Ospreay, Best on the Mic, Timeless Tony Storm, Breakout Wrestler of the Year, Kyle Fletcher, Storyline of the Year, Hangman Page's Redemption Arc, Rivalry of the Year, Hangman Page versus John Moxley, and Show of the Year, Double or Nothing. I don't agree with all of them, but I agree with some of them, though.
I don't agree with all of them, but I can tell you that my nominations for those things would also be from AEW. So either way, they'd be winning that award. So
listen, nothing wrong with it. And we got the EPW awards coming up. I'm waiting. Rob's just doing the review now, right now. Of like, let me look down all of this and make sure I have like 50 matches for people to choose from for match of the year. That's how crazy this year has been. And you're gonna look back and say, like, Kenny Omega, Gabe Kidd. Yeah, that's where it started. And then just craziness just straight down on random shows. Looking forward to it. I just had to give Tony his pat on the back for that victory lap, though, because I laughed and I was like, yo, he is throwing it in their faces.
Yep.
He was like, make a video package of this, show people. I want people to know that we
these
won
guys
these
are
awards.
in your house. They're in your house, and they're calling me. Like they're pulling they're playing Hinder, Lips of an Angel, but you know.
Yo, went in, bro. Just straight hilarious that they did that. I had to mention that. I had to.
Yeah.
Then we get to the face-to-face with Chris Statlander, Jamie Hayter. This is probably like one of the matches I'm most looking forward to for the pay-per-view on Saturday. There's just something about this matchup that I'm just intrigued by. Maybe it's the stature, maybe it's like similar styles, or I think that they're going to mesh well together. They went out here talking segment. I think it was wise not to go too long. Both are baby faces, but it looks like Jamie Hayter's more of the aggressor, and they got into that a little bit. But there was some shouting and stuff, and they got pulled apart respectfully. It wasn't like they were trying to go at each other, but it was a respectful pull apart. Okay.
Yeah, I'm very interested in how the chemistry of this match will turn out. With both of them being babyface, I see, depending on how that goes, we could be looking at the equivalent of this might be a big thing to say. I'll just put that out there. But knowing how both of them are in the ring with their striking and intensity and what their capabilities are that we've seen so far, dare I say we could be looking at like maybe AEW's version of a Ibushi Naito between those two if their chemistry is well in the ring.
Yeah, they could definitely move into it. And to me, there's still other stories here. Jamie Hayter's arc is like getting back the women's title that she technically really shouldn't have lost, but she was injured and then they took advantage of it. And she wants her championship back. You still have Statlander, and there's still that story with Willow on the back burner. It's not that it's dead. They've just given you breadcrumbs to follow.
It's layers.
Correct. And they're just waiting to go back to it. I promise you that. So just stick with it.
Just mentioning the layers thing. I know it doesn't normally take that long for gardening, but I'm glad that Tony got back around to replanting his onions to make all these layers come back. Just say it.
Yeah, well, sometimes you need to replant, get away from it for a little bit. I think bookers get burnt out. I've always said that. Like, sometimes it might be best to say, "Here, you do this for a little bit for me, and I'll come back to it." So, I love it, man. I love it. And I see you, Clown, talking about no GCW on the list. Well, you could vote for GCW when it's time for our list and see if they pop up and win. There you go. As long as no one's voting for that Cody Seth Hell in a Cell match, that's the only one where I'm like, I looked at my community like, what? Who voted for this?
Now the match of the year was Cody and Cena at Mania. Like, come on.
Please stop. Please stop. Don't do this. I hope they don't do anything like that, but I have faith in the community. Hold it down for us. Hold it down. going back into this, we get into our next match, which is Maxwell Jacob Friedman. And I'm telling you, that trip to Turkey did this guy wonders. That hair was long, it was dark, it was there. He's back. He's like 20 years old again. He's like, "Yep, I
Yeah.
got it back, baby." Unfortunately for me, this is where he was heading, I think. But I just
It's it's where I'll be in a few short years too. I'm hoping that it's that long.
listen, you have pretty long hair though, for the most part. You're all right.
Yeah, but family says I'm on borrowed time, family lineage.
Listen, if you saw my family lineage, you were like, "You're doomed." He would have told me at like 4, "You're doomed, brother."
I'm lucky to be where I'm at the age I am. I'll put it that way.
So MJF takes on a rising star, Dustin Waller. If you don't know about Dustin Waller, I'm going to urge you to go over to the Queen of the Indies page. But Dustin Waller is a fantastic wrestler. Check out his tag team work, I would say. That's how much I know about him.
I will
And I
say,
go
I
ahead.
know it was a shorter affair because but he got off a slap, like a chop, that
Mhm.
was like the loudest thing in that match, and it made me like stop and be like, oh, okay, like
Right, and I know everyone always says it's like, "Oh, MJF's lazy, that's why he does this." Actually, he's giving guys who he thinks worth the time on TV. He
mm,
usually doesn't wrestle. I'm gonna use a bad term here. He's not wrestling guys just to wrestle them and, yeah, whatever, throw anyone in there, it doesn't matter. No, these are people that if you know the relationships behind the scenes, it would all make sense to you, and you're like,
mhm,
"He's putting someone over. He's giving them a little bit of like, look, I'm gonna get you your TV time. This is their Samoa Joe shoving me moment, like how he
mhm,
had. That's your moment. Go ahead. You're going to be
yeah,
remembered for this." And I think he's doing good work here. Honestly, he beats the guy with salt of the earth. Dustin Waller taps out. Sorry, Dustin. And he's out the ring. And before he could speak a word, Hangman and Swerve get involved into this segment. BJ, I don't want to say everything that happened in the segment. I'm going to just kind of kick it to you. What did you think of the segment?
this,
I was hurt last week a little bit. Like, I thought MJF kind of like he crushed everything. He did a good
mhm,
job, but at the same time, I'm like, you crushed all of them a little harshly
yeah,
as well. And this week
yeah,
was the payback. I felt like,
it definitely was the payback, and I honestly, sometimes when this happens with an MJF feud, the other person doesn't get their lick back, so to speak. Like they don't their comeback is not as good. It's not as impactful. This one was by all accounts. And I know we can compare like different mediums when it comes to wrestling for certain things, but honestly, this Hangman and Swerve, like, we're not friends, but we're not enemies, so we're aligned on some stuff right now. And now we've got Samoa Joe and his group, but now MJF's back and everything. It feels so comic bookish.
mhm,
Like to have, essentially, they're not like formally this in their characters, but I'm talking about their opposite nature. You've got Batman and the Joker on the same page, being like, oh, these other guys think they're going to run Gotham. Nah, we're the ones that run it. And we'll go ahead and get our spots back, but we got to put these guys in their place first.
yeah,
Yeah.
basically setting up like we run this. And
Mhm.
tonight, when you saw it, where they both came down with the chains, hopped the barricade, MJF tries to, sucker him in and thinks he's going to get him. Hangman sits on this dude's back and wraps the chain around as Swerve just talks to him. So he's
Yep.
holding them there like you're going to listen to every single word he's got to say. And Swerve basically makes comments like, "You're more of a Diddy than me for how you use people. I've made everyone better." And I started thinking, I'm like,
Mhm.
Keith Lee, Nana. And I'm like, he had like this was hitting home a little bit hard. Like, yo,
Yeah.
he's telling the truth. He's telling the truth.
Mhm.
Um,
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
oh no, we're not. I don't want to get on that because Hangman will go off. Hangman also brought up the movie thing, and I like that because you know what it reminded me of? If you're on the inside of this, like you and me, BJ,
Mhm.
and chat, when they brought up the movie stuff, it was like MJF is a character, and they're basically telling you, like, yo, this guy is a character. But then they'll do, but the real MJF wants your applause. He loves your retweets. He loves all this
Mhm.
because it gets him attention. That's what he's seeking is your attention. And my favorite version of MJF is the one who is super confident, but he's not confident. And then when he gets knocked down the peg, like when Mark Briscoe beat him at All Out, I
Mhm.
love it. Because then he's like, maybe I'm not as good as I thought I was. Then he comes back even worse.
Yeah.
Like, oh, now I know what I need to do. I
Yep.
love it. It makes it so good. So I love this. I thought this segment was fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, even playing into more real life stuff, but just adding this, if it's unintentional, it is, but if it is intentional, it's even more to the genius of MJF and his character. He mentioned before, like, how he has ADHD. And as you just said, he'll do something and he'll get a loss because he's focused on the wrong thing for too, like, his attention was taken away. So he takes that moment to back up and reprioritize and reassess, which is a good strategy for someone who has that. And when he comes back, he's worse, but it's because he's zoned in. Like he is, this is the path. This is the plan. So,
Yeah. And I thought the line hit hard when he had brought up the Pinnacle,
mm-hmm,
Wardlow, Jay White, like
mm-hmm,
Adam Cole, people that were around you ended up worse off and in worse positions. And I'm like, kind of right. I know some of them were just misfortunes, but it was like, ooh, good point though. From a character standpoint, I'm like, he ain't telling no lies. He ain't telling no
yeah,
lies.
no
Um,
lies.
Yo, appreciate everybody putting that stuff in there. Poor Wardlow. We got
Yes.
Hubs in the house, HW Weekly, Brother Conrad, Professor BJ, Merry Christmas and God bless. Swerve and Page unified against a common enemy was amazing television tonight.
Merry Christmas, man.
We
Yeah.
we appreciate it, man. Clash of the Podcast live every Monday, 6:05 Eastern Standard Time, here on the mothership, Everything Pro Wrestling. So make sure that you guys are in
Bang,
the
bang.
house. And as Professor BJ Jack said, do the thing, do the thing. Appreciate you, Hubs. Bless you, brother. So yeah, fantastic work, man. I really liked what they did. And then we got a Babes of Wrath promo after this, just
Mhm.
basically them being positive and uplifting each other, which is who they are basically as a
Yeah.
tag team. I thought it was well done. Renee's in on it. Renee's cheering too a little. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, cool.
I'm very happy that they're the ones that ended up being the first ever champs. I'm hoping that it goes longer than World's End, but
I think
we'll get
so.
to that. We'll get to that as we're running that down.
I think so. Spoiler alert. So after we get into that Babes of Wrath cut a promo, we're going to decide who is this is first time with no MJF, who's going to hold the Dynamite Diamond Ring. National champion Ricochet taking on Ring of Honor world champion Bandito. What'd you think of this one, Beach?
I thought this match was phenomenal. Both of them clearly show like this felt like I know it was for the Dynamite Diamond Ring, but it felt like you two have both had very phenomenal years for different reasons. Like for Ricochet, it's your character coming out and like just expanding and being this um attention getting figure both in the ring and now on your mic and being able to do that. Bandito, you've said it multiple times on all of the streams, but like it's true, definitely someone who's in the wrestler of the year competition because of how many amazing matches and stuff he's been a part of since he's come back.
His name will annoy you on Match of the Year. I'm pretty sure there's several names. I'm like, they will annoy you. You will see his name. You will see Takeshita's name a lot. You will see, I think it's I think it's Mascara Dorada.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see that name a lot. You'll just look through it. And you'll just
It
be like, what is going on here?
just a little knowledge nugget kind of thing here. If you're annoyed by seeing those names so often, you should turn that feeling into acknowledgement of just how good they have to be. That's right. So,
Absolutely. So yeah, been crushing it this whole year. And I don't know if I stole something from you, but a contendership's on the line. Winner is getting a title shot January 16th at Maximum Carnage Dynamite. We'll be talking about that once we get closer to it. But I was just like, so the Dynamite Diamond Ring winner gets a title shot. Why on earth would I not be? I would be in this than the Continental Classic, but I think we need to make the Continental Classic for a world title shot. Like that needs to be one of their big matches for a world title shot. How we get there is I don't know, but we have to figure out a way to make that like you get the title shot at Revolution, and each of the big pay-per-views, like that's how you get the title shot. You have to win this tournament. You have to win the Owen. You have to win this, that.
Yeah.
Casino Gauntlet. Even like figure out how to get people into these matches and then do those. Make those your prominent matches on big shows.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So one of my favorite spots early on in this, it's the Macarena. You know, Bandito always does it. And Ricochet attacks him, throws him out. He hangs onto the ropes and pulls himself up. Then Ricochet's doing it to mock him. Bandito slapped the bald head so hard that it rang through the entire arena. I was like, damn, that was pretty bad. That was really bad.
Tony Schiavone's Mr. Clean comment.
Yeah. As a ball brother, I take a little I take a little care of Ricochet here with that. Like, listen, brother, I feel you, bro. I feel you.
Yeah.
Hard times. He gets smacked upside the head. Then we run into Ricochet cheating. They're both trying to get the advantage. Bandito's like 21 plex time. Great move. Looks great. Hate the setup for it where he has to like have his hands on the ropes. His partner comes over, grabs his wrist, and Bandito can't pull up. The ref's distracted with the other member of GOA. Low blow. Ricochet goes down. He tries to go for a pin. Not enough. Bandito catches him out of nowhere with the flash pin. That Styles Clash spot that I thought was a Styles Clash. Thank God it wasn't. I was scared when they jumped up. But fantastic work. Scary. Bandito wins. After the match, the man tries to put a beat down on him. Brody King makes the save. Love it. I love that Bandito came out in Brody King's gear too. Like the jacket was humongous on him and all that. I was just like, I love these two as a tag team. And Tony Khan just did this because he saw them do their handshake with the the pew pew. I can't say it, but yeah. I was just like, great work.
Excuse me. I know that it's heading for a title shot, and now he's got the ring and everything. But I don't know how you feel about this, but my immediate thoughts were, what if there starts to be a point where Bandito is just worn out and starts, from putting on all these amazing matches and starts looking like he's in trouble even for like his Ring of Honor title and everything. And maybe you get Brody King without his knowledge slipping that ring on to cost his opponents. And
you could. I feel like Bandito and Buddy might have a match brewing too, because Buddy's gonna come back like, you forgot about me? What happened?
Yeah.
I got hurt for your group. Remember the Hounds of Hell? Remember all that? What happened?
Oh yeah.
I think it could lead to that. And I think he might be the guy to beat Bandito for that title. Let him run in Ring of Honor and see what he can do on his own and figure it out.
I'd like that. I liked him when he was cruiserweight champion. I thought he did a really good job. Yeah. That whole like 205 Live timeline up until, unfortunately, it's not for him because I like him for other things, but about that time that Enzo showed up, 205 Live was really can't miss with some of their in-ring action. So
yeah, and people are bringing up Blake Christian as well. Yeah, he's vanilla, baby. Yeah, he's in the mix.
Get the swirl involved.
Right. Clown, why'd you assume the position for a frisky? I'm gonna think about that now every time I see someone holding that rope. Why am I doing this? Why? Yeah, really, really good matchup. Bandito has the ring though, and we're gonna move forward. So he's gonna be challenging someone in that 4-way match. So that's probably gonna be the first big world title match, I assume, going into the new year.
To answer Clown's thing, if Brody and Bandito have the same ring size, it could be a ring that fits on Bandito's, index or ring finger, and it just fits on Brody's pinky.
As long as you get the shot off with it, MJF has proven that it is a heck of a finish.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep things moving here. And after that matchup, we had the women's match, Mina Shirakawa versus Marina Shafir. Oh, I lied. We're gonna rewind back because Darby Allin accepted the challenge. We find out he's medically clear. He's in the basement again. If you remember last year's show, the basement's where he got thrown down them stairs. I'll let you
Technically,
figure
he
out.
didn't accept the challenge.
Technically, but he has to at this point.
Yeah, he
Now,
has to now.
Gabe Kidd showed up in the sewer. It looked like this looked like a Ninja Turtles movie. Like I was like, what's Shredder doing down here? He just showed up behind him. And he was like, oh, you're not worried about me because he was like, I got better things to do than fight Gabe Kidd. He's like, you're not worried about me. And when you see where he is on that New Japan card, you can see why he was mad. Like, okay, I got you. And he takes him up to the top of the stairs, boots him back down the stairs again. Darby, why you just got cleared, brother? What are you doing? Yeah. What are you doing? Never changed, Darby. Never changed. So I think that's going to end up being the match. I think tomorrow we'll get the confirmation. Like, yes,
yeah,
we're doing this. I don't know where Darby goes from here. It's going to be interesting to see. I wouldn't be surprised. Well, I have theories. We'll talk about it when we get to the main card. Going back to it, now we can bring it up again. Mina Shirakawa, Marina Shafir. What'd you think, Beej, on this one?
This one was actually much shorter than I thought it was going to be. But honestly, the most telling thing and the thing that really stood out is the ending and everything that fell out from that.
Yeah, she goes to apply a figure 4 leg lock. Fingers get snapped. You're probably wondering why didn't Tony come out? Mina, in a small clip before the match started, said, "Please don't come out there." And Tony said, "I will oblige." She reluctantly said that though. She knew, and she gets caught. Fingers get snapped. Locks her in mother's milk. It seems like that's a devastating move because no one gets out of it once they're locked in it. She's done. She's out. And then after the match, Tony Storm tries to run in. Marina Shafir just boots her in the face. Done.
One strike.
This is your top women's wrestler in the company. Marina Shafir just booted her. Was like, I'm out. Peace. Like, no one came out to help or anything. They probably brought out the smelling salts after. Like, you two okay?
Yeah.
She beat up the timeless love bombs single-handedly. So I feel like we might be getting another match with mega problems in them, or something's up here. Something's gonna go down, I think. Or Tony and Marina one-on-one.
This might be Marina's leveling up party, because
which I'm totally cool with.
Who else in the last 2 years has taken one strike to Tony Storm, who has been at the top of the card for the women's division, champion or not? One strike, she's out. Done.
Dunzo. MJB, what's good, man? I see you in the chat, brother. Thank you for being here. One strike, man. I can't wait to see what they do with this. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a match made for that tomorrow as well. So we'll see. I say hold on, give it some time. If it's not on Worlds Collide, or I said Worlds Collide, Worlds End, it is going to wind up being on the first Dynamite, I would say.
Yeah, I could see that.
Moving forward here. Let's talk about the Elite. They're backstage. We get highlights of their Elite reunion, but they're coming out the doctor's office. The Young Bucks, as our friends at Dirt Sheet Radio have an image for us, are not medically cleared for the rest of 2025. The more interesting thing, though, was Kenny Omega said he has business that he needs to finish and tend to. What that is, I don't know. Who that could be, I don't know. But something did happen and he didn't resolve it. I don't know. But just putting it out there.
Yeah. Couple of things. And I say this with the story intent, not because I wish ill will on anyone ever. But the Bucks are not cleared for the next 6 days. Boo-hoo. Like, I understand. I think overall, why we're getting this face Bucks and the way that it all went out is we're protecting Kenny. I think that's the big thing. And so I can respect that. But I don't think there was enough justification to make them be, oh, we're good guys. Like, small complaint just on my end. So for me, you know, who is like, I am a fan of the Bucks. I respect their work and everything. Thought the heel turn was abysmal. Did not think there was enough behind the face turn. They've been great. Their matches are good. I, respect that. But was the thing that, oh, Kenny's gonna go take care of something, needed to say, oh, the Bucks are out? Like, I think we could have had them, we just talked about last week it being one more time. So, okay, that one more time was done. Let's move on with Kenny's stuff, and the Bucks can come back when they're healed up.
Yeah. And I think that's what they're gonna. I hope that's what they're gonna try to do. So you're not feeling them as faces. Do you still feel like they're still in that hole since we'll just call it the drama, because I don't want to get super deep into it.
I don't think that. I think they did a good job to get themselves out of it into the heel stuff. But I think it was running flat and they kept dragging it. And whatever needed to be the break to get them to now just never happened to me. It just never happened. So it's like, yeah, okay, like, you guys are here and you're doing stuff, but like, I don't see where you're warranted to be like in any title pictures, but I also don't know why we should focus on you as a big event right now either.
Yeah, and good point by Matt too. He said it could also be Josh Alexander or Kyle Fletcher. For sure. Clown says they didn't have to say not medically clear. They don't have the money to travel to pay up. Still broke bucks, then push a new shirt. They got the bread now. Kenny's gonna give him some of that million, I would hope, right? Yeah, we'll see what happens with it. I think at this point, I'm just like, let's just move forward. Whatever. If they're gonna be a trios act, and that's what they're gonna do for a little bit, let's be a trios act. If they're gonna be tag and singles, great. We're united sometimes when we need to be, great. Just pick a direction and let's go that direction.
Before we move on, one thing, when you said don't know what that unfinished business could be, I did have a direction before that was shown, and I do think that makes sense. But how wonderful would it be, even if that is the business, or if it's something else, around January 4th? Just saying, that'd be pretty nice. That'd be a nice surprise.
It would be. My concern is that show's going to be on television, so I don't know if they can. I don't know how much more they can add to this without losing time. So
yeah,
just like be careful in what we're doing here. The person I keep flashing for those listening on audio is Andrade. Andrade, according to Fightful, the 1-year non-compete between WWE and Andrade was waived around December 12th. He is now eligible to sign anywhere he wishes. I'm pretty sure that went to mediation or arbitration, and this will still be in their contracts, and they will still try to use it to uphold things, because that is the dirty game that is being played here. Just so people are aware. Goes back to what I said, that it's not legal to put that in, but if they never get it challenged in court, then nothing's ever going to happen with it. They're always just going to keep doing it, and they'll say, you're tired of spending money on a lawyer, right? Let's just end this.
Yeah, cool. And thanks to Roosh for that. That's right.
Yes.
Toro Blanco.
You mess with the bull, you get the urns. Classic Roosh. Hopefully he's healing up, man. We got to get LFI back on the same page.
Yeah.
And we need Sammy out that group, I think. So that's just me.
Imagine if we brought Andrade back into that group to get rid of Sammy.
Yes, because Sammy just doesn't fit in that group. Sammy's just a solo.
What we know about them historically too would just be great.
Didn't even think about that till you just said that. While we're here, we might as well round out the rest of this news with Danhausen. His contract is expiring in February 2026. I think it's wrong that AEW kept this guy if he did want to leave. I get why they don't want to give him away either, because they're like, well, we're basically giving a perfect guy for the competition to use, and they're going to use him right away. But now he might become Maniahausen, and it's just going to be all the rage now versus if you would have just did it at a different time. Like, yeah, get it out the way, and then it's played out at this point. Like,
Absolutely, I agree with that. I thought even back then, even though he wasn't a part of that, he was attributed to stuff of those problems and drama and fallout. You're not going to utilize him, let him go. And
100%.
this was one of those things where I'm glad AEW still let him do other shows, unlike
Competition.
the competition, but I still don't think holding someone like that should be what you do either. Especially, and also, going back to how they did with Ray Phoenix. Ray Phoenix was someone you could be using on TV. You had been using on TV. I could see that. I honestly could. But with as long as Danhausen has been in the scope of AEW non-existent, let him go. Let him be able to, make a living and make his money and potentially grow himself elsewhere. Like, business is business, and you have no business with him anymore. So let him go.
Yeah, 100%. Matt brought up something interesting in the chat. He said January 4th would be sick if Omega does return. What if Omega returns after Andrade's match that night? And just even if it's a video thing and says like, I'll see you in AEW when you get back, but I haven't forgotten. And New Japan, I haven't forgotten about you either. Just wait for the right moment for me to show back up. And then, I bid you adieu, good night, bang, boom. And even if he could end up behind him, like, knee, and then, Andrade runs. It could be fun. You could do something with that. So
absolutely,
you've intrigued me, BJ. This is why BJ needs to be in the writing room, because he intrigued me.
Nice.
Running this down, main event time: Pac versus Jungle Jack Perry. And we're gonna go through tomorrow's collision and all that. I promise you guys. 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Pac Jack Perry, man. Jack Perry's ankle came into play early on. This is something they've been teasing throughout the tournament since he filled in for Darby. Like, his ankle's hurt. He's already down. Can he make it through? Now, he hasn't been able to do much, man, but he went for some strikes. He gets reversed by Pac. They exchange blows. A big back suplex. Jack Perry's been using that teardrop, like Shawn Michaels suplex, I've noticed lately too. Hits that bad boy. Pac eventually gets him down, locks in a brutalizer. I thought it was done here. I was like, oh, he's done. Kenny's tapped out to this. Like, anytime he locks this in, it's over. He found a way to reverse it into a pin. Pac goes for it again, and he's trying to lock his hands to get it. And Jack Perry, not only does he bite other appendages, but he went for the phalanges this time. Charlie bit me. And Jack Perry bites him. He gets off of him, and he is able to hit a flash pin, and he gets the win. So Jack Perry has now earned 3 points in the win column as well. And Excalibur tells us now there's a 6-way tie in the Gold League. So guess what? All the matches tomorrow have meaning. They matter.
One of them. Yep.
So it's all going to play in, and you might even be doing the play of, now this is real NFL stuff. Like, okay, who wins the tiebreaker? Well, when I faced you, I beat you, so I'm above you. So people could have the same points, and they may say like, well, technically, wrestler A is better because he beat you 3 weeks ago on Dynamite. Remember? Oh yeah,
absolutely. I will say, just random, when I saw the graphic that you threw up and that was on stream, it looks as though Jungle Jack Perry's name may be like the logo on his shirt, like saying his own name. And I kind of like dig it. I'm like, yeah, do that. Just like, like that fits. But to be the defender of Pac here, because Pac's one of my favorites. I think we need to be a little bit more strict on this biting going on. That's technically against the rules, and I know everybody gets away with it with biting the forehead or whatever. You get the stern warning, but like, come on, the submission was locked. He bit his finger. Like,
on that tombstone, it should have been a DQ instantly.
Oh yeah,
hey,
yeah.
Yo.
That's even more egregious. Like, you're violating 2 different rules here. Like,
that man has a family.
Yeah, he's not gonna have much more of one. Like,
yeah, Yeah,
But
Jack pulls out the win, and then I love Mama Luchasaurus, as I'm going to start calling him from now on. He comes out with a Christmas hat on and cookies and milk, and Jack Perry just downs like half a cookie and starts drinking milk. It's down his beard, and then they're walking around just giving the cookies. I'm like, Jack Perry's touching him. I'd be like, I'm good, bro. I don't know about all that.
yeah,
You're sweating and stuff, but
yeah,
some people were taking the cookies and eating it. I would have been like, yo, Luchasaurus, some of that milk, big dog.
yeah.
But yeah, they were just going in. They had some fun at the end there.
Santasaurus.
Yeah, Santasaurus. He was in there, and they're doing the wave after, all that. It was a fun show. Fun
Yeah,
show. To me, end of the
absolutely.
day, I'm giving it a thumbs up. I can't complain about this
Mhm.
Dynamite.
Yeah, very solid show. Even for a tape show, like just saying, like I know we didn't know that, but like most of the time when you can feel or sense like a tape environment or WWE does one, they put on like something decent, but not extraordinary. There was a lot of stuff to this. There was a lot of things going on. And then to make tomorrow's show what it is, like not only is that a bold thing, but like I just was sitting there being like, oh, my family do like Christmas dinner and stuff like late in the evening heading into night. And I'm like, ooh, 9 o'clock though, man. Like I might have to turn that on while things are going to be like, no, I gotta see what happens
Yeah,
because everything means something. So
for sure. T Ferg said, "What's good, gentlemen? I missed the show, but I will watch the replay. Do you see AEW ever getting another video game in the future?" I'll kick it to you first because I often will talk about this.
I do see them getting another one, but when you say the future, I don't see it within the next year and a half of being even announced. I think we've got you probably wouldn't see the game for probably 3 years, but you might get an announcement in 2 years, like to just hype it. But I,
I
I
think they're
think it.
looking for the right partner at this point. I think the Ukes
Mhm.
thing really, if you read between the lines, like I've been telling everybody, Uke screwed them. They feel like now they can't get another game right away because it's hard to find. Publishers aren't out there. AAA publishers aren't making video games. Me and BJ play games, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, yeah, they're just not out there doing that stuff. So you
So
got to
they
find the
either
right
have
partner.
yeah, they either have to find somebody who's like an indie developer that's going to take, you know, not as much, who will put out something really neat and really cool and that they can market and people will like, or they're going to have to go to a higher developer. But one thing I will say, um, if you've kept your, eyes and ears out listening to some of the things in the business world, with the WBD potential sell, that includes WB Games. So if Netflix, who has been starting to do streaming through their thing, like game streaming, takes an entire studio and actually tries to do something with it, they'd have all the IPs and partnerships to just be like, hey, we want you to work on, some of these like sports and TV shows and series that we could turn into really cool games. We want to make those for our platform or just to get into the game development market as a whole. So that's why I said I think it'll take time, because even if it is something that is a tie-in through WB, we still got to wait for that purchase to go through. And
Yeah, and
so,
that's going to take 2 years probably
mhm,
at minimal. So there's a lot of wait time here, and who knows what happens with the 2K deal.
right.
EA is working with TKO. That's the problem with all these mergers. Like now, EA may be saying like, "Well, you bought us, so let's give me that. I want that. Like you
Yeah.
own that too. Let me get it."
Yep.
So that could be the deal. Now 2K's out. 2K might be like, "Well, AEW, what's up? What do you want to do?" And that may be good or bad. I don't know how to feel about that.
And not to like loop also other things like back around, but when some of these developers, and I know the games are a different market, they sell. Of course, they're going to sell every year, just like a Madden or whatever. But some optics do matter when you see things like what we showed earlier with the Sports Illustrated, knowing that that's quote unquote in house, and they're saying, "Nah, this thing." And when you hear those reports that ESPN's not happy with how the like shows are going or the turnout or whatever, these gaming companies will say, well, you guys are kind of on a downturn, and now we want some more guarantees here money wise, because we don't know if this is going to affect the sales, and if they don't come to agreements, then they can walk away that way too.
Yeah, and sports titles are down as a whole, I feel like. I think that if you're not Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, like, if you don't have that name recognition, you might be bound to lose money, and who wants to
Well,
invest in that? Like, the
even
video game world is messed up. Like, I could do a whole podcast about this, like, at least an episode.
I think, and this is, this is again is outside of that realm, but I think even Call of Duty stuff from this year, some of those reviews and fan backlash and everything, I think the next game, those sales are going to be hurt.
Yeah.
Because even though they'll be good because they are what they are, I think, you constantly, or, every other game you're releasing like a dud, you're gonna like knock away your viewers. There's a lot of good indie developers, indie games upcoming, small studio games that have been released over the last couple of years that have been winning game of the years and all this kind of stuff. I think that might be a direction that some games like this and AEW could end up going, making something very different and unique that we haven't seen tied in with stuff that we know.
Yeah, I think the video game industry could be in for a change with the Steam. I don't
Mhm.
want to even get into all that. The Steam PC, like, I'm like, yo, if someone puts a PC out and I can use it as a PC and I can play my games on it and I can take it wherever and just put it into a TV, and if it's a good price, the price matters. I
Yes.
might be gone. I might be gone from all of it. Like, yo, I'm over here now, dog. Sorry.
We'll find out next year.
We will. E says not of institutional wrestling game knowledge left. We need people who understand the assignment, Aki in the ring, modern innovations, classic SmackDown presentation with bits of other classics. Yeah, true that. And E, to get back into the wrestling, he did ask about where does Sammy fit. Dustin's out for a bit, correct? Fans don't seem to like him. Does he turn face? Does he need a new gimmick, learn a new hold, go under a mask, tag with Fuego? Fuego's gone. Fuego's doing his own thing as KJ Orso. So I don't know what you do with Sammy. Sammy's kind of he's got to figure it out.
This is a bold thing to say, but I think just given some of his friends and situations, I wouldn't be mad to see Sammy go to WWE.
Somewhere where he could just explore out. He might need that.
But yeah, that's what I mean. Like, they might do some more stuff with his character. He gets some fresh opportunities, and he really could grow in their system. And then whether or not that fleshes out and works for him and makes him bigger there, or he just learns under something else and had a time away, he could make a big impact on his way back. But I don't see him like leaving out of one of those two companies. I think either place would definitely take him. But he's one of those people that I think, yeah, like, try the other side for a minute,
Yeah.
When it's time, of course.
Yeah. MJB, I'm not sure. I thought the Righteous were in TNA. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I thought it was TNA they were in.
Yeah, they were TNA, but TNA and NXT are doing crossover stuff, so
he might be a champ like Ricky Saints. Yeah. No comment. No comment. I'll try to stay positive here. I said I was going to run.
So disappointed that I don't get to add to the comments or say "Stroke Daddy" anymore. Like,
yeah, it just doesn't feel right anymore, right?
No.
So here's Christmas Collision tomorrow. We're getting Orange Cassidy, John Moxley, Speedball Mike Bailey, Kazuchika Okada, Konosuke Takeshita versus Mascara Dorada, Claudio Castagnoli versus Roderick Strong, Jungle Jack Perry versus Kyle Fletcher, Pac versus Kevin Knight, Babes of Wrath versus Hyon and Maya World. Dog, it's a fun time.
Yeah.
I'll probably be eating my second piece of lasagna watching this, just like, yep, this is what I live for. This is what I was put on this earth. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be like, hey, yo, like, yeah, we could play like this game or whatever, but like, I'm gonna have this over here on the side. I'm gonna see what's going on.
Yeah, and definitely I agree. Sign Hyon and Maya World. Ring of Honor could pick up a bunch of people. Like, I saw some other people at the Ring of Honor show from, we'll just say West Coast Pro Wrestling, if you know indies. And I was like, yo, if they sign a couple of these people, Ring of Honor could be set, dog. Like, I'm like, yo, pick like Nick Wayne or someone to lead the charge for Ring of Honor with Bandito and a couple other people, sprinkle them in, and you're like, yo, you guys this is you from now on. And Tony can pick someone like, you will book it. I will help you. I will give you the big picture idea. You fill in the middle. We're good. Off to the races.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to see. Sting's son might be another name getting signed. I could see that too.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Put him in Ring of Honor. It's all there for you. It's all there. So yeah, that's going to be the Christmas shows here for AEW. And this brings me and BJ to our portion here of AEW Worlds End. Here's our preview and predictions. It's going to be in Chicago, Illinois. Like they needed another pay-per-view. Not hating Chicago. I love y'all, but y'all get a lot, man. So they are happening Saturday, December 27th. It's going to be a good show. We'll be doing a review afterwards for it. BJ, I don't know what happens in this. I don't have any spoilers. I don't have any info. I'm going to assume that we're getting the Darby Allin Gabe Kidd match. FTR Bang Bang Gang. If the tag titles are on the line, I'm taking FTR. Like that's simple, but it'll be a fantastic match. That one's out the way. Gabe Kidd, Darby Allin. What do you see from this?
Depending upon the shape and condition of Darby, I'm gonna go Darby. If he's really good, then this is gonna be back to build him back up.
Yeah, same. And then I think they might build up the sympathy thing with Moxley. Personally, I think Moxley's getting jumped very soon out of the Death Riders group. Like I'm talking in the next couple weeks. So
yeah.
With that being said, going back to the FTR thing, do we see Copeland and Christian returning now, or do they wait until the first Dynamite of the year? Like to me, those are your choices. Like, do we do it now or first Dynamite of the year, or do we wait till like Maximum Carnage to do it?
Oh.
On this day.
That's a tough one. I don't think we're getting it at World's End.
Okay, yeah, I would hold off. I don't think they need it yet. Let FTR still kind of shine. I think people have kind of like forgotten about it too. Like when I bring it up, they're like, "Oh yeah, I forgot." So yeah, they've done a good job with that. Continental Classic Beach. We know Takeshita's in. I think it's safe to say that we know Okada's probably going to be in. I just have best tournament wrestler. Like, Okada's got to be in, right? Who fills out these other spots, and how do they do this? I'm going to you.
That is a good question.
Takeshita's my pick to win. I'm just gonna take him now. Like that's my pick to win this whole thing.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Totally with you, because I think that bleeds to Takeshita Okada.
So you think it finally happens on this show?
Well, no. I think it's Fletcher and Takeshita as the finals.
Okay.
And cause more divisiveness in the Don Callis family because Okada's upset that Fletcher got in over him on his side. And Takeshita beats Fletcher, so Fletcher's upset at that. And then because Takeshita has now taken that, now he wants the international title too.
I can't with all these titles, bro. I can't.
And Takeshita wants to be unified champion.
And then that gives him a reason to like come back, fight back for them by Revolution-ish, maybe even Double or Nothing. You could play this out even longer, but yeah. Interesting take. I'm gonna take.
And then you can have Fletcher playing the. I don't want to say it this way because he's not this character, so to speak, but like it could kind of bleed into him being the upset, spoiled child of the family. And so I'm just going to play foul on everything and do my own thing. So.
You know what, though? It's making me want to change my pick. I feel like Conrad's doing this on the fly. I think I'm going to take Okada to win this now that I'm thinking about it more.
Ooh.
You keep the championships unified. Okada finds a way to win. And maybe he even cheats to cash out of his match just so he's like, yeah, you're not getting to face me. And you just have Okada keep it. So then you keep the titles unified. Then I don't have to worry about another belt for another year and thinking about it. But you keep the championships unified. And to me, I don't know if they can figure out a way to like make that a permanent consolidation of those titles. I don't know what they can do in that situation. But that might be the route I would go and give him that tournament. Now he has the most big tournament wins ever as well.
Yeah.
and it makes Okada even more powerful. And I'm going to bring up this card because we're going to knock this all out in one. That makes this card even more because I predict that Takeshita, I don't know if he's going to make it out as double champion in this. I think Tsuji wins and Okada defeats Tanahashi, which will then lead to I won my match. I did what I had to do. I'm the champ. I got it all. I just retired this guy. Like, yo, what more do you want from me? And then at Revolution is where you get the big match. Like, all right, I'm done with you. I'm done with this family. I'm tired of all this.
I like it. I
It's
like
there.
That's definitely there. There's a lot of directions that can go.
Oh man, Chicago gets enough. I love that people. If Y2J's heading to WWE, Sammy could follow him. I don't know. That might be a mistake too, but it could be what's best
I
for him.
wouldn't put them together if the move happens.
Chicago gets 10 shows a year. They better stop. New York, all these other places, y'all got to turn up, man. When they go to Miami or Orlando, LA, the big wrestling cities, turn up, man. I'm still going with my guts that Mox Okada is the finals. Could be. Like I said, we didn't round out like who's in this. Fletcher could be as well. I don't know, man. That's what makes me want to watch so much, man.
I'm trying to think of the tables right now. Is there any possibility that in semifinals we get well, I mean, I guess it could be finals because they're in two different leagues, but Mox versus Castagnoli.
Hassan, thank you. Merry Christmas. Yeah, it could be. It could be. Claudio could be in the. There's endless possibilities to this. I don't know who wins.
That's who I think the next leader of the Death Riders is, by the way.
Claudio.
Yeah.
Okay. AEW need to clean up the unified title mess. It's not. I think some people make it a way bigger mess than it is. All I'm yelling is, please do not give us more titles. We're done. I'm done with championships. I don't need. You gave us the women's tag. I'm happy. We got a women's mid card. We got a women's title. We were good. I was happy with the women's tag, but then when we started talking about national titles and then breaking off the other belts again, I'm like, no. Unify these and leave them alone. Don't touch them.
Mm-hmm.
So I can agree with that, but some people are just way too crazy. CJ Rick James ain't built up Buffalo not to get a Continental Classic show. Do you love me, Mary Jane? We were going to talk about this one. Babes of Wrath, Mercedes Moné and Athena. PJ, I'm coming to you because you said you had something to say about this.
So I'm very hopeful that the Babes of Wrath retain here. I want them to have a longer reign. I know we've got a story going on with Mercedes, but with Mercedes, it's not losing matches. It's losing titles. And none of her belts are on the line right now. So I wonder if this is like the little bump in the road for them that they get the belts, but then because of that, they end up costing each other. Like when they ultimately lose those tag belts, they end up costing each other, and that's what ends Athena's forever run and has another rivalry while Mercedes is still falling apart. But if that's the case, then the Babes of Wrath don't move on from here, and I really wish they would.
I think Babes of Wrath are taking this. I think it's a foregone conclusion. To me, there's two ways you can go with this. Clip it. Clip it. That's for when the shorts happen.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just a potential clip. Mercedes Moné is either going to get pinned by Willow, and Willow's going to be the one to take the TBS title from her, or there's an or here, or her and Athena are going to have a miscalculation, and Athena is going to take the TBS championship from her. And I think we're going to figure out who is the one here who's going to end up doing that. Athena's days are done, in my opinion. Once we get to Super Card of Honor season, I think that Billy is taking the title from her this time. Like the third time's the charm. Like we're done with this. And I think she's going to end up losing, but she could end up being the TBS champ as well in the meantime. So
very true.
Food for thought for that. Women's world title match, Chris Statlander, Jamie Hayter. I think this is going to be a fantastic match. I want to pick Jamie, but I feel like Statlander's work's not done yet. I feel like Statlander's going at least till Revolution with this title. What do you think?
You took the words right out of my brain. Like that's exactly how I feel. I want to see Hayter back with the championship and being the the hater that she was, so to speak. But I don't think it's here. I don't think it's yet. I think Statlander keeps making a name for herself.
Okay. I like that. And then we go to, have I missed any other matches that were announced? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
World title match. This crazy 4-way. What happens here, BJ? Like, you got choices. Was the Hangman Page title reign worth it? Is this all a ploy to get MJF back in the mix? What about Swerve getting back in the mix? At one point, I have made justifications for all of these guys, except for Joe surprising me to become champ, to be champ at this point right now. And I'm like, I don't know where to go.
I remember saying on when you and I were reviewing the show, like a predictions for that show of, I could believe Joe is champ anytime that he's in the mix, any day he could do it.
I should have listened.
Now he's here, and if he wins, he escapes with it. He doesn't do it emphatically, in my opinion. But the MJF's return really threw a left turn into my plans and ideas. I don't think it's Swerve or Hangman's time, but I can't. It's hard to make a decision. I think I'm gonna go MJF.
I think so too. That's my heart's just telling me like he gets revenge on Joe. He could start. Basically this could be like, this is the devil at play.
Mm-hmm.
I want to bring up that picture again. Joe loses the title because MJF's like, revenge for when you beat me here. I got you. And I think he's gonna find a sneaky way to do this, but also the chains are symbolic. I feel they have bound Hangman and Swerve together, but it's also what will tear them apart. And I think that could be their next big blow off match, will be a dog collar match, a chain match of some sort.
Man, these guys worry me. They worry me.
I'm just putting it out there, man. And I think MJF might get to skate along, and he might just be the catalyst for why this feud begun again. And it's back on. And this time it's a little bit more personal. This time, like, okay, before it was really personal. Now I just don't like you and I don't trust you anymore. So you could go that route, but that's it for World's End, man. At this point, we'll probably find out way more matches tomorrow and who's definitely in, but we're here, man.
Yeah, it's an exciting time. I mean, this year especially, just looking at it from the grand scheme of where things were in 2023 heading to now, this year especially, AEW has been more on fire. It was later than their second year, but the quote unquote sophomore slump. Yeah. And now they're like back to that form, that prime, and running. And like I said, again, running at like 80% at best of their main event talent. And they're just knocking it out of the park. And I think tomorrow night and World's End will be no different. And they always have at least something that leaves you like, ooh, I could see this going either way, or ooh, I really don't know. And I think that's the most intriguing thing as a fan, even especially like people like you and I who read all the things and know what, they're doing this storyline and they're wanting this person to be big. When you can make me be like, I don't know which way this is going, you got me on a level that you haven't been able to get me in a long time. And I like that.
And it's crazy. The Ops are still the trios champs. Like that's been a long time right now where we're sitting. That's almost a year. I love it, man. Joe loses. What a short title reign. Tony hasn't done them really yet. So it could happen.
It's got to happen at some point.
Yeah, you eventually got to hot potato the title around a little bit. So I'm excited for this show. And then, like
Mhm.
you said, the potential of what's Osprey going to do when he comes back. What's his style going to be? You
Mhm.
have a lot going on here, and I'm loving it. And we mentioned all the divisions and what's going on. We know where FTR and them are going, and the
Mhm.
Bucks being hurt. The Bucks are going to be in a match eventually with Cope and Christian. You know
Oh
it's
yeah.
coming. It might even be Cope, Christian, and FTR TLC one last time,
I
guys.
I was just thinking that as soon as you said that, I was like, yeah.
They're cooking. Tony Khan, BJ said this a long time ago to me. They had that black cloud over their head, and I think they kind of just went, "We're done with that. I'm done with
Mhm.
it. We're moving forward. We're handling stuff differently. We're doing this the right way because we're going to make this a success.
Yeah.
I don't care at what level it has to be. We're going to make this a success." I love it. Um, BJ, I don't know if you got something you want to promote, man, but take us on out of here, my brother.
Mainly the only things I have to promote are definitely check out AEW show tomorrow and Worlds End, and of course check out Mondays at 6:05 Clash of the Podcast right here on EPW, and shout out to Hubs as well. And yeah, that's wonderful. You guys have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and we'll catch up with you in the next.
Thank you guys so much, man. Make sure you check out the cool videos, subscribe to the channel if you guys want to hear more. And BJ, I thank you for coming on, man. And I look forward to doing this again in the future with you, brother.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Everyone have a Merry Christmas, happy holiday, be safe, and we will catch you guys on the next one.